We get into the chat.
Would you say he outside?
He outside with it. Nice outside.
This nice.
Oh yeah.
Breezy though.
What's going on with you fellas? What
What's
up,
good?
Unique?
What's good?
Straight.
This shit
That's
way
right. What up with you, Mess? How you living, folks?
I'm good. How about y'all? How about you? How about you? What you got going on? What's up? What's up? Where the energy at? Where the energy at? Y'all niggas,
The energy is
man.
here. The energy is here. You know what I mean? The energy's here. How y'all feeling? How was your day, Mess?
Oh, I had a good day, a real good day today. I ain't gonna lie. I woke up, good mood, did what I had to do. I do the same shit every day, but it was a little different today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you had to sum your morning up in one word, what would it be?
exhilarated.
Ooh. You have to tell me what that mean, nigga.
I had like last night I was just thinking about mad shit, and I was like, this morning I'm gonna get to business, and I woke up in a good energy, and I just did everything I had to do and shit like that. So yeah, I felt real good. I felt real energetic this morning. It was nice outside, real good shit, you know.
Dope. What about you, Unique? How you feeling, brother?
I'm chilling, man. I'm saying every day is really the same for me too, man. You know what I mean? But my job was easier today because I ain't had to go to certain stops today. You know what I mean? So it was easy.
Okay.
You get a little closer to the camera for us, bro. Can't hear you too well.
Yeah, you want to clown me? Get you a mic.
Can't hear you, Nick. You sound muffled.
Get you a mic.
No, I can see you. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me at all, nigga.
Now
Yeah,
I hear you.
we
Now
can hear you, but yeah.
It just sounded like you was far away, but you good now.
Maybe because I only had one AirPod in.
There you go. There you go. Get into him, my brother. Start over.
I gotta hear the outside too, man. You know what I'm saying? I got some who try to creep up on a nigga.
You in
Nah,
your
But
space,
anyway,
right? You in your backyard?
so what, nigga? Shit, ain't that how Stack Bundles got killed on his front porch, some shit like that?
nah, he asking if you was in the backyard because the scenery looking
I
like.
know why. No, he asked me because if I'm in my own space, I should be comfortable,
Oh
and
yeah,
nobody
yeah,
should be
yeah, yeah.
running up
Maybe,
on me.
maybe,
But
maybe. Who knows?
that ain't
Who
the
knows?
facts. I done had the door kicked in or two.
Right.
You know.
Nigga funny.
What I
You right. You ain't never lie, Craig. You ain't never lie.
You said what was you
Nah,
saying about your day though?
my shit's smooth, man. You know what I'm saying? Wifey in the crib cooking right now some bourbon mushroom burgers. So we about
Oh,
to bust those
good.
down.
That sound good. That's
Bourbon mushroom burgers. Is that all
Bourbon.
sauce? Like bourbon mushroom? Is that like a sauce?
Nah,
Or
the bourbon is the sauce, but you got the mushrooms fried up, the mushrooms and onions. Put it on top of the burgers, my boy, with some Swiss cheese.
okay,
Yo,
okay.
unique sound like he got that at a restaurant and he told Shondell to get it.
Definitely sound like that came from a restaurant, right? Like he
Nah,
took
but
the menu.
Unique
but
was
hold
like, you
on,
need to make this.
and you can get it at a restaurant, but she came home with the idea. Nigga, she get that shit all the time. She go to Denny's and get that shit.
That shit
Anyway,
sound well. I mean, hold on. That's exactly what I just said. You kind of got it
yeah.
from a restaurant. Well, not necessarily you, but she
Why
got it
she
from.
got to get it from a restaurant though?
That's what you just literally said, nigga.
I didn't literally say that. I say you can get it from a restaurant, even though she does eat it at restaurants. Why she got to get it from there?
All right,
Nigga, she
whatever.
wanted
It
she
just sound
she
like
wanted to
a
make a
restaurant
motherfucking
type of
burger.
shit. Bourbon mushroom burger sound like a restaurant feng shui, nigga. That's what it sound like.
Nigga, this nigga is insane. All right, whatever,
Yo,
man. You
Unique.
got it from a restaurant.
Yo,
What's up?
Unique. If you could sum your whole morning up in one word, what would it be?
It ain't gonna be exhilarating. What he said. I was what he said. Exhilarating.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that because we don't know
Joe
what that is.
morning.
I don't know.
Joe morning.
It was peaceful. Shit. I
I
was shit.
like
My
that.
day was peaceful.
I like peaceful.
Uh,
That's a good word.
I'm still in peace right now. I'm still having a good day.
I ain't even gonna lie. I wish I was back there with you. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah, I'm vibing right now with the
Word.
dolly.
You look.
How you know, Elcorn?
I'm
You
good,
heard?
man.
Why you
I
say
can't
it
really
like that?
complain, brother,
Wait.
because I was
You
trying to
gotta
think
ask him
about.
what's the word of the
He,
day, and
he
he
got
gonna
he
know
got
why he said it like
he
that.
got more on his mind than that. I want to hear
Nah,
that
nah,
shit.
nah, nah, nah. While y'all was talking, I was trying to figure out how to sum my morning up in one word, and I really couldn't really think of it. Today's a day off for me, so my
We'll
day
start by
was.
saying, how did your
It,
day
I,
go?
to sum it up, my morning was delayed.
It was
Delayed on
delayed.
purpose. Like I said, today was my day off,
Hmm.
so I just kind of just woke up whenever I wanted, ate whenever I wanted. You know what I mean?
Right.
Today was a day off from the gym too. I did a little home workout, but nothing too fancy.
Okay.
So I was really just chilling, man, all morning. Nothing too crazy. Trying to catch up on a little bit of edits, like I was telling y'all. So yeah, I could say my shit was delayed, man.
Do you like that
Yeah.
it was delayed?
You said, do I like it?
Did you like that it was delayed, or did it?
Hell yeah. I told you it was my day off. So everything I did was intentional.
Or you was
You know what I
chilling?
mean? I woke up with no alarm on purpose. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So today was
Uh,
cool, man. I'm grateful for these days, man, because every other day I'd be ripping and running. So when I could just take it easy and just go at my own pace, it feels good.
That's
Oh
gangster.
man.
That's what's
That's
up.
it.
But what's hot in the streets, mess? What's going on out there, Pimp? What we getting into on today's episode? I really want to start off with Shannon Sharpe, though. I don't
Yeah,
know if that's you was gonna go first.
that's kind of what I was gonna say, Shannon Sharpe, because
Yeah.
that's what y'all want to talk about.
Yo, so the media is saying that he's being sued for $50 million. Before we
You think
even
I
get
think they should be?
get into why he's being sued for 50 million, I want to know where people come up with these numbers. So why
I'm
me?
starting to think, yeah, I'm starting to think all laws have a price to it. Because you can't just come up with numbers, bro.
But just 50 million is like that's really wild. That's a big number. You know what I mean? And I mean,
That's
I'm
how
not
they
gonna say
start, but that's not where
allegation.
it's going to go. You
Yeah,
start
yeah,
high all the
you
time
always
with
start
50 million.
high. You always start high, but even then, who gave you the right to say those numbers? You know what I mean? Where in the rule? Because you see a lot of people getting sued. I mean, I know they're rich. You know what I mean? I don't really know exactly what Shannon Sharpe's financial status is directly, but 50 million is a lot for an alleged situation. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you
And
got
it wasn't no. I mean, yeah, the allegations was very serious, but damn, 50 million is steep. I just want to know where the numbers come from.
I don't know. It's either you pay that shit or you take it to trial, possibly go to prison.
well,
Mm.
you got to
Oh,
understand that they talk with their lawyers about this shit, and they go off how much the person net worth is. So when they go discuss it with their lawyer, they be like, "Yo, this is a good case. You can get at least like 50 million out of this shit."
That's why Shannon said this shit is a shakedown.
Nah,
yeah.
seriously, dead ass.
Yeah, so all right, so check it. The media is saying allegedly Shannon Sharpe was in he's admitted to the relationship. He was in a relationship with a girl, a 19-year-old girl that he met at a gym a few years ago. Now, remember, Shannon Sharpe today is 56. When
Right.
this situation happened, he was 54 years old. She was 19.
All right,
Already, it's legal, but already, what are
the
you doing?
red flag, red
Red
flag.
flags off the rip because why are you here when you should be 56? You know what I mean? I want to be chilling, my wife, even if I'm not married, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be chasing after 19, 20, right?
Yeah,
So then, boom, they get into a consensual relationship. It started out with him meeting her in the gym. He said pretty much he had a contest going on. If she wins, he could potentially buy her some fake titties. That's how their relationship.
That's what he
That's
said.
that's what's in the media right now. That's what's in the media right now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how their relationship started. Time goes on. Time goes on. She starts to understand that he's controlling, manipulative, um, abusive, all of these things, to where she wants to now get out of the situation.
Can I
And
say
she,
something?
yeah, go ahead.
I hate these bitches when they do that shit, bro. First of all, First of all, she recorded it to make it seem like something already. Already, when a chick pull out her phone in an argument, you do not trust her. You don't keep talking because
Mm.
the only thing they're gonna do is try to make you look bad. First of all, I know she ain't gonna be able to prove that she got her ass whooped or choked out. It was just a conversation that made him look terrible because that's how mad he was. He was just saying, "You make me want to fucking choke you." All right, but did he actually ever fucking choke you? And then she's gonna try to make herself seem even more like a victim by being like, um, 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 I don't want to be choked. What do you mean I don't want to be choked? You sound dumb as hell. You only say, you know what I'm saying? She sound like that because she knew what she was doing. She was recording this man and she was gonna send it somewhere. He was
All
set
right,
up from the beginning.
but
He
but
was
but
set up from the beginning.
let me say one thing. So the beginning of the whole shit is she's 19, right? And if this story is true, what he just said, she's 19. They had a consensual relationship, and if it's true, the fact that he said that what you can have a contest and whoever wins get the fake boobs or some
So
shit
he
like
had a
that.
contest going on. It was like a weight loss competition. And the goal was to like shed a certain amount of pounds, and in
Now,
result, he would get her a set of fake titties. If she,
so like if that's true, bro, Shannon Sharpe is a fucking idiot. He's a dud.
Hold on, though. How? What do you
Wait,
mean?
wait. Listen.
you gotta
If
think,
that's
we in LA, every girl wants fake titties. So that's
Did
just
she
the
agree to get the
reward.
titties?
I'm gonna let you
She agreed
continue.
to get in the contest.
I'm gonna let you continue. Listen,
That
I,
was her goal. She wanted that.
listen. You got to look at the whole scenario. Manipulative, like she said. This nigga's 50 son and he's rich. You feel me?
Right.
First of all, you're not even supposed to be messing with a 19-year-old. I don't give a fuck if she's legal or not. Her brain and her mentality is way somewhere else. Anyway, that's just because they say it's illegal. That don't mean you mentally develop in that area at the end of the day, which she's not. Because anyway, nigga, why the fuck would you even agree to having a contest of losing weight? And if I win, I get fake boobs. That should sound like some real kid shit. You know what I'm saying? That should sound really crazy to me. So if that's true off rip, that's kind of what he get, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know, man. I like I said, I get the
Oh,
competition
man.
because they in LA. You know what I mean? I don't put it past none of that shit. I think he said and did all that shit.
And if he did, you're a
Because
clown, bro.
for
You
you to
got
even, like you said, you were approaching a 19-year-old off the rip. You know what I
you are
mean? So in the back of
you
your
giving.
mind, you're preying on this. You know what I
I was
mean?
just
Like
about to
All right,
say
call, let's. Yeah,
you giving predator vibes, bro.
100%.
all right, but like you listen. You say what you want, right? If you think the man is weird for fucking with a 19-year-old because he's 50 something, then you got the right to say that because maybe it does look weird to you, right? But at the end of the day, if you are in a country that says you're legal at 18 to date above that age, then why is he even being prosecuted? I don't get why we're going against the laws if they put in place. Why don't you just fucking stick with it?
So the
And
only
because
thing
he's a
I would
black
say,
man,
right? You kind of right on that, but like I said, you
I'm
shouldn't
not
have to.
kind of right. That's a whole fact.
But the whole point is that you are messing with her in the first place. So anything that comes with that,
That's his business, bro.
listen,
And she agreed.
what anything that comes with that, messing with a young-minded person, you have to deal with. You feel me? Like what she doing right now. Like you just said, if she went there and she chose to set this nigga up, so she gonna record him, screenshot, whatever the fuck she gonna do.
There's actually, I want to find it for you guys. There's actually a video, I mean, a phone audio recording of the conversation.
Right. And
He
it
said he
sound
was
like
gonna choke
it
her
sound
out
like
and she don't
it,
come back and all this other shit.
it sound like he was being manipulative.
Yeah,
And
I know. I heard the shit. But
when the manipulative tactics didn't work anymore, when they didn't work anymore, he got a little aggressive. You feel me?
Right,
And when
right.
she
And that's
feel
where the
like,
rape came
okay,
in.
now this nigga's getting aggressive, I gotta
Forcing me to
record
have
this nigga.
sex with him, shit like that.
Right.
I don't. I don't like how y'all know. I don't like this. Nope.
I
I
didn't
don't like this.
wait. Listen, low
I,
key,
I
I'm
don't
going
like
off
that.
his top of what he just said. I ain't hear about none of this shit. I'm going off what El
Yeah,
Quanti
but
said.
you kind of making all the bad narratives about the situation real as if you know it for a fact.
Bro,
No, I'm
That
not saying that. All I'm saying, what my take on this shit is, why, as black men, are we putting ourselves in these situations?
that's bro. You are
That's
rich,
the big. That's where.
but
That's where I'm upset with Shannon Sharpe as a black man. Why are we putting ourselves in at your stature of success and altitudes that you reached in life? Why are you engaging in any back and forth with a 19-year-old in the gym?
you know
all right.
why?
Good. That's a good one. Good. You said why he put himself in that situation with the 19-year-old. I'm not gonna say young girls, right? I'm gonna say 19-year-old, right? Anyway,
You
right?
already condoning it. I don't like where you're going with this.
I'm not condoning nothing. All I'm saying is
Go ahead.
it's legal for him to do what he's doing. Plain and simple. Nobody would have said nothing if they would have walked in the building and they was a couple because they can't say nothing. So now because she's saying that he did something to her, oh now because now she's young? No. She's lying in the first place and she has to prove it. Listen, you gotta prove it and you're lying until you prove it. That's how I fucking feel. You know what I mean? But anyway, you said why he put himself in that situation. Well check this
Yeah,
out. You could mess with a grown woman, right? And she could set you up just as quick as a 19-year-old would. So how do you know who to trust anyway? It's not that she was 19. That's why he got in trouble. No, it's because you couldn't trust her. She set you up. She put you on recorder because you're rich, and
she's
she sent it to some
19. What
people.
is there to trust at a 19-year-old?
What is there to trust in
You're
any woman if you just
already,
can't trust
but I'm
period?
saying the risk is way higher when dealing with somebody way out of your caliber. We were just talking about calibers on the last pod. When you're dealing with somebody outside of your shit, 19 years old, there's no chemistry, there's no nothing there between us. The only thing there is sex. As a man at 50 some years old and a
How you
19
gonna
year
say that? How you gonna say that? Because of the age difference? Y'all ain't got nothing in common.
Soldier.
old,
Let me say one thing real quick,
absolutely. What the fuck?
bro. Soldier,
She
if
hasn't
you
I'm
even
if
not.
you
I'm not.
if
I
you
don't
if you
agree.
if you the age that you are right now, right? 33, right? If you the age you are right now, bro, and you telling
Mhm.
me that you fucking with a 19, I'm gonna automatically look at you funny. You either got some type of insecure issues.
It's
You a
gotta be. There's
Wait,
no
let me say something. You
what?
either you insecure, you a predator, or you want some weird shit. I'm gonna automatically think that. You feel me?
I
And
don't.
it's
I
let me
don't
tell
think
you
that.
why. If you
Yeah.
33 and you have money, you're rich. This nigga's rich. He can have mostly any girl he want who wants money. Why the fuck you gotta fuck with a 19-year-old, bro? That's dumb.
Are you saying those girls that he can get are worth trusting more than the other girl?
But you gotta understand the mentality of a 19-year-old. You get what I'm saying? A
Is that
mentality is
what you're
gonna
saying
do,
though?
huh?
Is that what you're saying though? A
Yes.
chick more his age is more trustworthy.
Every girl
You
deserves
can't trust no
thorough.
chick that's pissed off at
Every
you.
girl deserves a thorough, evaluation when getting to know them or whatever. But all I was saying is your chances, your risk is a lot higher when dealing with a child.
Do you have any morals or do you have any red flags when you see a girl? Like you don't be like, oh, she's a little bit too ratchet. Oh, she cursed a little bit too much. Oh, she
I
way
got
too
red flags.
dressed.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so 19 years old, 21, 22, maybe 25, maybe 26, maybe 28 should be a red flag. Automatically.
What? 20? Damn, that's all red flags.
Because it's two different type of you guys don't even what do you have in common as a 50-year-old and anything under
All
like
right, so
26?
you. All right, so if he's
Like
50,
what he just said, it's just sex. So she's 19. Y'all don't have nothing. But first of
Murphy,
all,
how old
imagine
are you?
wait. First of all, how you don't think that if he's walking around with her, bringing her to restaurants, wherever, just in case, I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, you don't think niggas is like that's your daughter? And then you
100%.
be like, you don't be like, and then after that, if you go with that flow, that's weird in his own. But then if you be like, nah, that's my shorty or my friend, nigga, you gonna be looked at weird walking around with a 19-year-old and you rich. You could get any female you want that's 30 and above if you want to. You got bread. Why the fuck you that's just so it's like desperation. Or it's like you just too horny.
And what makes you think a rich nigga can just get anybody he wants to though? That's another thing that Like, come on,
So
man.
I will take that back. Obviously,
You
not
gotta.
anybody you want, but in the caliber of that, what he just said is only about sex, nigga. You can get kind of what you want being rich, and if you just trying to have some sex, you can get a prostitute.
Unique just being foolish. He know exactly what you mean right now.
Yeah,
Like you
What do you
said,
mean? Why?
when you
Why I
rich,
gotta
you
be
can
foolish?
get anything
I'm being
you
dead
want.
serious.
When you
That's
rich,
how
you get
you feel, but see, you're not rich to even tell that story. You gotta know both sides of the story to tell it, and we don't know that side of the story.
nigga.
So
I
how
don't
can we
gotta be
tell it?
rich to know if I got some bread, I can kind of fuck what I want,
That's what you think, bro.
nigga.
That's
What?
what you think.
That's what I
Okay,
know.
if that's the case, why did Trey Songz get caught up in the shit he got caught up in? If he could fuck anything he want, he wouldn't have to harass no
Because
bitches on no pussy.
if you know the history of Trey Songz and what he be
But
doing,
now, but
then
see, now you trying to get technical. See what I'm saying? But you don't really know.
you have there's always context and there's always devils in the details, and the devils
And
in this
if and
detail
and if Shannon Sharpe is shit rich, why he can't just get any bitch he want? Why did he mess with the 19-year-old? So evidently there's
because
flaws in your story.
at the end of the day, it's like a kid who sees somebody who has a lot of candy, right? I'm automatically trying to do whatever you want me to do because I want what you got, which is that candy. Same shit. The bitch know who this nigga is probably, or see what he got on, or see the way he dressed, whatever the case might be. Know the nigga got money, bro. It's like, let me ask you this question. It's like, me and you go out, and the demographics of the people that's there is older, chill. Okay, I could do this vibe. You know what I'm saying? This is more my vibe. Everybody chilling, regular combo. Then we go to a different demographic where it's 25 and younger. First of all, I'm pretty sure you're gonna say, nah, this ain't me. You feel me? This ain't my type of party. This ain't what I'm doing. That right there tells you enough. Like you separate yourself in the age group right then and there, nigga. You shouldn't be
That's a
chilling
good
around these
point.
19-year-olds. You shouldn't be around these 18, 19-year-olds, nigga. You have no business here.
that's a fact.
Unk.
That's a
That's a
fact.
good point.
What you doing, Unk?
Other than that, other than wanting some pussy.
Exactly, bro. That's it. Let me agree with you, Unique, all right? Not saying that she's getting off innocent and she didn't do anything wrong, cause she might be trying to get the bag, trying to finesse the nigga. Somebody, all you got to do is talk to a bum ass, ratchet ass friend. Oh, you fuck with? Oh, nah, you need to get this nigga. This nigga's aggressive. You need to fucking try to catch this nigga slipping, and
Yeah.
we gonna get some money. I even help you, girl. You just give me a couple mil. You feel me? But at the end of the day, we all know that he was not supposed to be fucking with no 19-year-old, bro. That's just plain and simple, bro. I don't. You got something to say, nigga? Say it.
Who me?
Yes.
You can go
Talking
pressing
about,
on me
he
like
talking
that.
about, he talking about it's a shakedown. Hell yeah, nigga, you got $100 million coming your
All right, but
way.
listen, yeah,
Hey,
all
what's
right,
up,
yeah.
man?
If he wasn't supposed to mess with her, he wasn't supposed to mess with her. The fact is, did he do anything to her?
We don't know
No.
this. We don't
All
know.
right, but
Yeah, so the
but prove it
allegations,
though.
the allegations
Let's
is
not
saying,
make it one thing if it's not the other.
look,
Like, what
in
is
the
he really getting sued for?
in the allegations is rape and allegations that from November of 2024 to January 2025, she was unwillingly having sex with Shannon Sharpe due to his commands.
See, like, okay, I'm a little. What you mean you was unwillingly having sex? So
So,
unwillingly
so
means
yeah, that's rape.
wait.
So he,
So wait. Was it more than once you having
so
sex
yeah,
with
it
this
was on
nigga?
multiple occasions. He had her come back to their house in Nevada. They had a house in Nevada allegedly.
All right. So if you, what you about to say?
I don't trust these bitches, man. Y'all niggas out here trusting these bitches. I don't
I'm
trust them.
not saying I trust.
Look what just happened. But I don't care what their story is. Look what just happened to Drewski though. Drew, that shit just same shit just happened
I,
to Drewski, and all of a sudden he's not now he's good. That's because the bitch tried to lie. Now if she could prove it just a little bit further, then Drewski will still be in the mix, and we'll all still be talking shit about the nigga.
Listen,
Nah, man.
I just try to look at both sides of the story. You feel me? I'm not gonna just look at one side and not look at the other because there's always two sides, three sides, four sides to a story. So
Yeah,
at
but
the
what,
I
end of
hear
the day,
you
what was
saying that
Drewski's
he's wrong,
allegations,
and
Unique?
I what
What was Drewski's allegations?
when ain't
that
no
he
need to talk about that. He innocent, so we kind of talking about that and make him look bad. Period. When you got that shit on your name, make you look bad. Period.
But anyway, he asked me a question though. He said his allegation was, rape on a bitch or some shit like that. Like he had a bitch as a slip and
It was
slide
at a Diddy
or some
party, right,
shit,
or some shit.
like some Diddy party or some shit like that. But it turns out that he wasn't even around no rich people at that time. The nigga was broke.
Oh
The
yeah.
timeline didn't match. You know, they looked up his bank records at that time. He only had like 98 cents in his bank account, shit like that, right? So if that type of shit can happen all the time, by the way, look what happened to Jay Z. Jay Z too. The bitch trying to say that he raped her at a Diddy party. All this extra
I heard
shit,
that was
bro.
the same lawyer though. That Busby dude. I heard he was the same lawyer
Yeah.
attached to all of them shits.
So why? So why? If we're gonna elaborate on this, why are we prosecuting nigga already? And what I mean by that is why we keep saying the wrongs he may have did, even if he didn't do this, he still did this wrong. Why are we
Because
saying that?
it goes back into what Elcorn's saying. Is if you at a certain caliber in your life and you have a certain wealth, certain money, why
Why
even
are you
do that,
engaging in these
bro?
type of
That's what
activities?
I'm trying to say. Like, why not
Explain
already
yourself in
see
these
when I already
situations.
see a young chick like and a young female and especially 19, my nigga, I already that's probably the first thing in my mind.
You deserve every headache that's coming with that because you should never
Right?
even been over there.
If you 19, first of all, I'm automatically think you lying about your age. You probably like 18, 17. That's what I'm gonna think. And then second is like I'm dealing with a young dummy person who's still asking their mom questions about what should I do and shit like this. I don't got time for that, bro. And
How you
plus, wait,
figure she?
wait, wait,
How you figure she's that young and dumb though? Because she's 19.
but I'm just saying, you think at 19, you don't think she's sitting there asking other people advice, like what should I do and stuff like that. You think she's sure
I mean,
about
wait, there is some bosses at 19 that's executives that's very
That's wild. That's
intellectually,
and
wild,
you know
man.
what I mean? They
and
are
if
good.
that was the case, if that was the case, then she would have got that bag out of that nigga. That's it. If she was a young boss,
Don't you think that's what she's trying to do now?
she would have complete the mission. She failed miserably if that's the
How she
case.
failed? Maybe he wasn't trying to give her the bag, and now she's trying to take the bag.
Mm.
That's logical. But at the end of
All
the day,
right, then.
it still doesn't defeat the purpose that you shouldn't be messing with no 19-year-old at 50 something. That's just I'm never
But can we not do that because you're kicking his ass
bro.
down.
If
He ain't
listen,
even do nothing yet.
if there
It's all
wasn't,
allegations.
if
We
there was
started
no,
this shit with allegations, and now
if
we're telling him we're making sure he did something wrong.
if there wasn't no rape allegations, and they just said Shannon Sharpe around here just with a 19-year-old, and he just whatever he in love, they in love, nigga, you still
I,
look stupid,
I
bro.
get I get what Mess is saying with that though, because at the end of the day, like I was saying, like he's saying, you should not be engaging in these activities. We can't
That's
keep going past that. We shouldn't even be at the level of rape or at the level of manipulation or all of that because you shouldn't have even been here.
just because you like to slide down the slide, unique. That don't mean you're gonna go to the park and slide down the slide. You
You
don't
should
look
not
right.
be there.
All right, let me give you
You
an
don't look
example.
right, bro.
Let me give you an example, right? All right, so me and my wife, right? Say we arguing, and she records my shit, right? And she recorded me saying, because I was upset, right? If you say something one more time, I'm gonna fuck your ass up, right? Some shit like that, right? And she makes it seem like she's really scared in the recording, and that's the only thing that y'all heard in the recording. What y'all gonna say about the recording? What you gonna say about the fight?
Listen, I know her age is 19. That's all I need to
It
know.
has nothing to do with her age. I'm asking you, what would you
That don't
say?
make no sense.
How does it make me look?
It wouldn't. I can't really speak to that
Yes,
because
because for
we're
me,
not
I'm gonna.
saying that. Yo, we're
So
only
y'all only
saying
worried about her age? Y'all only worried about
yo,
her age?
I'm worried about him even knocking on that door in the beginning. That's all. That's what we're saying. He should never even knocked on her door from the beginning. Once he
I
did
don't
it,
believe y'all niggas. I
is
don't
it
believe y'all niggas because by the time y'all hit about 50 something, if y'all some lonely motherfuckers, y'all don't know who y'all gonna be fucking.
You are right, but if I'm rich, I'm not gonna be fucking with a 19-year-old.
You
I'm
don't
gonna
know
tell you
who
that
you gonna
much.
be fucking, Murray. Because listen, I'm wise enough to know, and you're wise enough to know too. That only a broke nigga like us, compared to Shannon Sharp, will say that money could solve all his motherfucking problems.
Bro,
If you think that you can get any girl you
you
want when
having
you're
that
rich,
much
you're
money,
out your mind.
you having that much money, bro. You can have a nanny whop you off, fuck you. You can have
it's not even
fucking
about. It's
anybody,
not
You are
even
so wrong.
about.
You are so wrong.
bro.
It's not
You
even
must don't
about
know.
any
Drew
girl you
must.
want.
You're so wrong.
He's underestimating the power of money. That's all I'm gonna say to you, bro. You can have $100,000 right now. You, and if females in the hood know you have $100,000, you're gonna easily get fucked on, bro. You don't even have to, bro. To the point, you don't even have to give bitches no money. They just want to be around you, and
It's easy to
they
get
gonna
fucked
fuck
on
with
with
you.
$100, Murph.
Huh?
It's easy to get fucked on with $100.
So imagine having a million. Why do you have? You can get whatever you want in the
You're
world,
not. Yeah, that
huh?
doesn't that doesn't make a difference. I know what you're saying, but you never had that money to say what it could do for you.
He's not saying like literally any girl you want or whatever you
That's
want to do,
Right,
exactly
right,
what
whatever.
right.
he's
You being
saying.
too literal.
You're being too literal. He's saying like your options is way more bigger and more expanded than it would be in our shoes.
Yo,
For
your options
women,
might even
adventures, food, anything you're doing in life, your options is way more when you got paper.
you as a ugly old nigga, right?
Options will be more as a when
You
you're rich.
got $50 million, 60, $100 million. You as a ugly old nigga, even if niggas know your history, you a pervert or whatever, you still have way more options than a good looking nigga who get
But y'all,
bitches.
but y'all say black man as if y'all really give a fuck, but you keep on leaving him no options though. You keep saying either listen, if he's fucking with a young girl, then he's a creep. So the bottom line is he fucked up, he's a creep, and what else? Nothing else.
No,
That's
it's
all
like
y'all
it's
saying
almost
about this
like
black
it's
man
almost like it's almost like you made your bed, you gotta kind of lie in it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
because he's
saying?
a creep, right?
No, it don't have nothing to do with a creep. You're moving the goalposts. Nobody said that.
But that's what you're saying though, man.
But
You,
either
Saying he
way,
was wrong for that.
yes, that's what he's
That's what he
saying.
was wrong. He was
We
wrong.
not
Period.
we
He
ain't
was
gonna say he
wrong.
was a creep because people
I'm
do
not gonna
make
say you're a creep because at the end of the day, he is within his rights.
right.
But it just don't make sense.
Let me ask you a
late eyes.
question.
So should he pay that money or go to jail? Which one?
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one question. Should he pay that money or go to jail? I mean, he better pay that money. But at the end of the day, let me ask you a question.
I think honestly, I think
How
it
do
should
you
be
know?
proved.
He didn't even do nothing.
Be-
I
Like,
think it should be proved.
okay,
He should be responsible. He should be accountable for what's being proved. If she can't prove rape or anything else other than that, nigga, he should not be responsible for that.
I think this.
Yes,
I
he
think
do
this
need to
might.
take
I think this
action
might
for
get
it.
him. This might get him right here. Right. It's so and so. Your shorty. Your shorty catches you. Y'all both the same age. You and your shorty. Right. Your shorty catches you texting some shorty in your phone. Right. And she found out that she 18, 19. You don't you don't think your shorty gonna be like, that's gonna be the main point of the problem? Huh?
I don't know.
It ain't even
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
about she ain't even, yes, cheating is gonna be there, but it's gonna be the fact that you messing with an 18 or a 19-year-old, bro.
Why
Like
you gotta make it 18 when the number was 19 the whole time? You trying to
18,
make it lower.
19. I'm gonna even say 25 and younger. I'm gonna say 25 and younger. If I'm gonna say 25 and younger. If
You
you're
telling me you wouldn't? Oh, you're 33 years old too, brother.
I'm not
You
saying
wouldn't
that.
fuck with a
I'm not
25 year
saying
old?
that. I'm saying when somebody, if your girl or somebody else catch you, somebody that you would know, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be looking at you like, why, nigga, why? You know what I'm saying? I don't get how you don't see that at all. Like,
Why
why?
does it matter how somebody looking at you? I don't know. I see it differently,
Nigga,
bro.
this is the whole point. Because nigga, I'm guarantee you,
It ain't
everybody's
the
gonna.
whole point.
If
If
his
the
wife,
nigga,
if
if
his wife is 54, if his wife is 54 and she catches him doing some shit, like if he has a wife, whoever, girlfriend, whatever, is 54, catching you talking to a 19-year-old, she gonna be like, you're a fucking creep, you're a weirdo, bro. I'm my age. We both 50 something, and I wouldn't stoop that low.
I told you, you're going back to calling him a creep.
I'm saying no. I'm not saying that he is. I'm saying that's what that woman's gonna say. That's what that woman's gonna say. Like that's the main thing. The main argument is gonna be like, yo, he's really fucking with a 19-year-old, fucking with a. I mean, also insecurities and all that other shit. But it's like that's gonna be the main argument with anybody. Like even if you tell me, I'm like, bro. So like, why the fuck would you even fuck with her anyway, nigga? She moves young, she acts young, bro. Her brain ain't even fully developed.
That's how you see all 19-year-olds.
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay, all
You
right,
should see
that's
that. You should
cool.
see the same way. You know how obviously it's so easily. And then you having money, and you're older. You know how easily it is to manipulate this woman than it is rather a person of your age who had experience and already know kind of what's up. That's why he looked at like a creep, bro. We don't know her experience. We don't know how many men she dealt with. We don't know if she had a father in her life or none of this shit. We just know that she's 19 and he looked like he took advantage. That's what it looked like.
I don't know about. I just don't think he took advantage. There's no signs of taking advantage. That conversation was just a conversation between two people who was dealing with each other on the phone. and they get mad at each other. That was it. I feel like she tried to set him up, and that was it. But I don't really, we really don't know. We really can't say he was weird for it. I mean, she was young, okay, but she was also legal.
So
So
do
now you
you
gotta
think the
leave that part
same
alone.
scenario would have happened if she was of age, like the same age as him? Do you think that would have happened?
It happens all the time, Murph. People call on false accusations all the time about their partners and get them locked up.
But she used words like manipulating, like he was
My
manipulating.
girl calls me a manipulator.
Well,
You never
what?
been called a manipulator? You never been called words from a woman? Have you ever been called words from a
But
woman?
we using it in her way. She using it like manipulating me, like mentally manipulating me, like.
All she said was use the. All she did was use the word, man. Well, she ain't gonna use
Well,
it in no way.
if a kid comes to you and says that, if a kid was in that situation, a younger kid, you're gonna look at it like that. You manipulated
That's
this.
not a kid though.
Well, how about this? If that's your daughter, right? You don't think that that man manipulated your daughter?
No,
I
hell no.
would. I would.
That
I
girl,
would.
no, ain't
How would
nobody
you
gonna
not?
manipulate.
Wait. Because then it's gonna be you're gonna ask questions like you're gonna ask questions. I'm glad you're getting aggravated because it's getting spicy. Look, then you're gonna ask questions like what you doing with this nigga? What you doing with this nigga? Cause he got some money. You feel me? What he do? What you like him for? What you love him for? What you really for with him for? Are you even gonna
How you
approve?
gonna, how you gonna
Wait.
put it on him though?
Would you even approve of that? Your 19-year-old daughter
Nah,
fucking with a
it's
nigga
my
that's
daughter.
older than
It's
you?
it's my daughter. I wouldn't like it. No.
Why? Why would you not like it, but you care about if she was up the same age? A 19-year-old can manipulate her ass too.
If my 19-year-old daughter was with a 56-year-old man, what I think is rape? No. Hold on, I'm about to say three things. What I think is rape?
My
No. What
bad.
happened to Elko?
I didn't mean to do that. I meant to move this shit over a little bit. My bad. Keep
But if
going.
like I said, if my 19-year-old daughter was with a 50 or 6-year-old man, right? A 56-year-old man, what I say is rape? No.
I
What
didn't
I
ask you
think?
that. I didn't ask you that.
Hold on, nigga. I'm about to get to it. Would I like it? Would I like it? No, I wouldn't like it. Right? I wouldn't like it because of the age difference. But would it be legal? Yes. So would I be too upset? Nigga, I can't control this girl's life, especially she's not in my house.
you
I'm
don't. You
pretty sure
don't.
she didn't
You
live with her
don't. You
mother.
don't. You wouldn't
I'm
want
pretty
that.
sure she didn't live with her father.
You wouldn't want that, bro. You want somebody that she can grow
I
with,
already
kind of
answered
learn
that
from.
question.
You don't want a nigga that's
But
already.
it's not about what I want for her though, nigga. What you think? Cause you got kids, you give them kids what the fuck you want for them? That's not what. No, they grow up to get what the fuck they want. It ain't about what you want for them, especially when they out of your crib.
All right, you got it. You got it, B.
What you mean? I got four kids, Murph. Nigga, my one.
Okay, because I already knew where this was going. That's why I said you got it.
It's not where it's going. I'm just trying to tell you something. And you can't. You can raise them. You can raise them, but you can't make them do nothing.
All right, you got it, bro, man. We,
You
I,
can't, homie.
you got it,
What did
bro.
you? What are you doing that your mom made you do?
You kind of proved my point already. If you just said you, I don't really have no argument. I kind of you proved my point once you said you wouldn't agree
When I
with it.
wouldn't want my daughter doing it,
Right, you proved my point right there. And there.
but that doesn't
But
make him
all the
wrong
reasons
because he.
why is because you know what manipulation, mind games is going on.
Nah, I'm
Plus,
not gonna go
we
that
we
far.
ain't even add that the nigga is millions up. The
Hold on,
nigga's
hold on. Let me ask
millions
you a
up.
question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How you know she didn't manipulate him?
To
Why did
doing
he get
what?
in that
He approached
situation?
her.
Yeah, why did he get in
How do
that
you
situation?
how do you know he approached her? You said you think earlier. You don't know if he approached her. So what do you mean he approached her?
Allegedly. But he
All right, so
admitted,
allegedly
actually, he admitted to meeting her in the fucking gym.
he met her in the gym. You don't know who approached who. So how
Okay.
you know she did approach him? How you know that she didn't manipulate him? She
Either way.
probably
I'm
lied to
not.
this man for 2 months about her age.
Either way. If your daughter came to you and was like, "It's okay, daddy, I manipulated him. I got him to talk to me," you still gonna be like, "What
He was wrong.
exactly?"
He was wrong.
You still, if your daughter even comes to you and be like, "No, I don't, he's talking to me aggressive. He's trying to use me, manipulate." You gonna be like, "Nigga, what are you even? Why are you talking to my daughter anyway?" That's the first thing that's gonna come out of your mouth, bro.
That's not true because I don't believe everything I fucking hear. I don't care if you my
So the
kid or
first thing
not.
is not gonna come out of your mouth, even if nothing happened, is why are you talking to this fifty
Niggas
year
is
old man?
liars. Niggas, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna question her ass. Why you even talking to the nigga? You coming to me talking about him manipulating? Why you even talking to the nigga? Now she might be playing me.
Why are you
Now you
asking
playing
him?
me. First of
Why are you
all,
ask,
if there wasn't a problem, like this is how it goes too. Because until there was a problem. I didn't even know you was fucking this 50-year-old man.
But why
So now
would
you're
you ask
telling me
him?
that there's a
Why would you
problem.
ask
She
her?
was playing me the whole time.
Why would you ask her though? Why would you even ask her? Why you talking to this 50-year-old?
Go get him.
Why would you ask her? Why you talking to this 50-year-old anyway?
I'm covered. Why would I ask her why she was fucking with a 60-year-old man? A 50-year-old
Why
man?
would you ask her that? Why would you be like, why you talking to him anyway? Why would you say that?
Merv, because the age difference, Merv.
I rest my case. I'm
You
done.
don't rest your case
Yes,
just
I do.
because you don't want your daughter doing it doesn't mean you think it's totally wrong. You don't want your daughter doing it.
I feel
What do
you.
you mean?
I
I
feel you.
sold drugs and I was dating people's fucking daughters. I don't want my daughter with a fucking drug dealer, but I was that guy. So
Okay.
what do you mean? It's really it's
Cause
the same
that's
difference. I
that's
mean,
that's because he's a drug dealer, and in the situation you just said before, it's because his age, and there's reasons why of his age. Why are you dating a younger woman, and why are you dating somebody of that age? Is just 50 something? That's the reason why. It's an age difference. That's period.
that's cool. Look, we all got our own perspectives. I just don't think we should be trashing the man because I don't think he did nothing wrong yet, and
Nobody said nobody was
nothing proved
trashing
to be
him.
wrong yet.
Nobody was trashing him.
Yes, you did. You called him a creep.
No, I didn't. No, I did not. You said that.
You
You
called him
said
a
that.
Yo,
few
viewers,
creeps.
viewers, tell us what y'all think. Was Shannon Sharpe in his rights to even be approaching a 19-year-old?
That was a
A
good.
legal person. A legal person.
A
Just a good
legal
pod right
person.
here. Just a good pod.
A legal person. All right, y'all. Well, that concludes another episode of On the Line Podcast, starring myself and my two brothers. For all the viewers who's been tuning in, please continue to like and subscribe. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button for more episodes. Stay tuned, y'all.
Peace out.
Peace.
No.